As a retired trial lawyer, I spent a lot of time in a courtroom. I was avid about being in trial. I hated being in the office. The thrill of the courtroom was the thrill of winning people over under adverse conditions. So the first question I have in this series is, how does a courtroom mirror your real world? Whether your real world is making sales calls, presenting to your staff, your employees, your customers, or it's simply presenting in your boardroom, the mirror is strong, because here's what it is. You are walking out and you are facing people who may or may not agree with you at the outset. But if you're going to be speaking to people, your goal is to get them to see things your way. Well, you're dealing with people who may be skeptical on the facts. They may be skeptical about how you are doing something. They may be skeptical about whether or not your idea is any good, whether your product is any good. They may not like the rebrand that you're proposing, or they just may not feel good about being there. So let's take a look and realize that in a courtroom, the lawyers are arguing in front of 12 people. Those 12 people do not necessarily want to be in that courtroom. Sure, some of them want to be there, but most don't. And the reason that they're in that courtroom is because they got subpoenaed to be there. They have to listen. They have to make a decision. And when you stand up as a lawyer to speak to them, you're the reason they can't go home. You're the reason they can't go to work. No matter how hard you try, you stand up and you are part of the problem. So the obligation of the lawyer is to not only win them over in the long run, but we have to win them over the moment we stand up and start talking. We have to learn how to approach those people and get them to want to follow us, want to be on a journey with us, and listen to everything that happens in that trial and make a decision that is consistent with our individual goal as lawyers. So this series is going to be presenting to you a number of facets of presentation, appearance, and attitude that a lawyer would use trying to bring people to his side. Because if a lawyer stands up and she's not feeling good, the jury's not going to feel good. If the facts are confusing, the jury's not going to feel good. So we're going to talk about all this. Now, this series is based in part on my book, What's Your Freaking Point? What's Your Freaking Point was written to present to a lay audience, to a business audience, the skills and methods used in a courtroom. And we're going to highlight some of those in this series, and we're going to talk about it. So I ask you to enjoy this. Come back here and look at the next video. And each one of these videos will help you become a much better presenter by using the skills that I have honed over 35 years in the courtroom. And I'm really excited to share some of my thoughts with you. So I look forward to seeing you as we journey into the world of trial law as it mirrors your world.